Global Cooling Pledge, which emerged from COP28, provides an opportunity to commit to sustainable cooling with concrete actions. Considering that it aims to raise ambition and international cooperation through collective global targets to reduce cooling-related emissions by 68% from now by 2050, significantly increase access to sustainable cooling by 2030, and increase the global average efficiency of new air conditioners by 50%, what inspiration can the HVACR industry draw from the pledge? We at Climate Control Middle East spoke to a cross-section of stakeholders at AHR Expo 2024 in Chicago, and here's what they had to say.
Decarbonization, and it's only going stronger, the theme of decarbonization. So I think it's up to all the manufacturers, the designers, the application teams to keep a very strong focus on the intrinsic carbon footprint of products that we specify and use, the operational carbon that we emit during the manufacturing process. And I think in the running of the operations of all the products, what is our energy consumption, which has a direct correlation that one can draw to the carbon footprint. So on all the three aspects, I think we have to be very conscious about our carbon footprint. So I think that ties in well with the theme of our industry as well, getting a challenge to reduce our emissions directly or indirectly.
I really believe the pledge is trying to catch up to the industry. The industry, the HVACR industry has been leading on sustainability, on climate change. We were the drivers behind the Montreal Protocol, the Kigali Amendment, and we've continued to drive new technologies to look at sustainability, to reduce the energy use, the carbon emissions, the carbon used in producing our products by reducing the size of the heat exchangers and other things, looking at the whole sustainability for a very long time. And I think really what we see the pledge as is part of the communicating that story to the consumers in the broader public, because they're all out there and those technologies are there. The question is getting the consumers, the building owners, the homeowners to adopt and purchase these technologies, but to do so in a way that can make sure that every individual, be they in an Article 5 country, be they in North America, Europe, or some of the other countries, have access to affordable, efficient, and life-saving cooling, heating, and water heating technologies. And I think that's really what that pledge is to say, how can we bring those innovation, those technologies, and other things that this industry has developed? And the manufacturers have the capabilities and the abilities to respond. What they're waiting for is the market signals in the market to say that they're ready to purchase it. They have the sufficient capacity to manufacture. They've developed the supply chains, the technology to do it. And again, I think that urgency and the ability to do it is really the need to educate and help the market understand that these are available so that the manufacturers can then sell those products into the marketplace and deliver that sustainability. So it's really kind of bringing that, you have the aspiration, and aspirations are great because they set the goals and we're all striving for this, but then how do you bring that market and the consumers along with those aspirations to say, yes, I need to do it. So if I'm going to put in a water heater, I'm not going to just replace it with the same technology that I used before, but I'm going to put in a heat pump water heater. I have a heating system. I'm not going to put in the boiler or other things. I'm going to put in an air-to-water heat pump to provide that. Or for cooling, I'm going to use a system that is the most efficient and also uses a refrigerant that is more environmentally friendly than what my current system is. So it's really kind of helping And hopefully this pledge will help with that urgency of that education.
As a manufacturer that produces controllers for refrigeration, we need to be in the role. It means that we need to provide for the customers, for the OEMs, the manufacturers, controllers that are able to handle with the new refrigerants, the new equipments that need to be inverter or even proportional kinds of controllers. It will reduce costs, it will reduce the price of the maintenance, and also working with the new refrigerants, we can reduce the impact in the warming of the globe. It means that once you are working with this kind of refrigerant like A2L or the hydrocarbonates or CO2, you can have the same efficiency like a free one, but you are not going to impact the whole world. We are offering for the customers or the OEMs products that are able to handle with these refrigerants, that are going with new features that will guarantee that the compressors are not going to break or wasting energy with no necessary use or something like this. And the main responsibility of the manufacturer is to provide technologies that will be working with this kind of subject. We know what we need to do, so we need to offer it in our products. Variable outputs, features to save money, economic set points, software to manage the energy. Everything we are offering to make the customer and the OEM to do their best, save money, save cost, and also save.
Our commitment is to provide the best measurement to our customers. So every time that you are using an Honeycomb product, you're getting the accuracy guarantee. So there is multiple type of devices where you have percentage of full scale and percentage of the reading. So we are devices that provide percentage of the reading, meaning that when there is different flow rates, we will provide our accuracy is not affected by the flow rate of the customer. Why do I say this? It's because in order to improve a system to make it more like efficient, you have to measure first. So our commitment is to provide the best accuracy so people can understand their buildings, understand their system, and reduce all the CO2, reduce all the carbon production, CO2 production, so we could provide that, basically that monitoring premium product that help them to reduce all this.
I think the big thing with the manufacturer, what we're trying to do is exactly what you were saying. We're trying to reduce the energy footprint of that building, whether it's residential or commercial. And we're doing that by sealing ductwork. We have mastics and rolled mastic sealants and sealants that go in between the flange. And what we're trying to do is make that duct system like a balloon. So when that air system goes on, or when that fan goes on to spread cool air or warm air, we want to make sure the maximum amount is coming from that register or from that grill. And if you look at this right here, what we'll do, we have a seal that goes in between the flange, and so it's sealed there. So we have a seal here, and every seam or joint gets sealed with duct seal. Right here, that will be sealed with a duct seal. Anywhere there's an opening, if this metal stays together like here, there's going to be a seam here and a seam here. These get sealed with either a mastic or get sealed with a rolled mastic seal. And the same thing, this is called a transverse joint, so we'll have a butyl cloth in between here, but we'll also take the mastic and go over top of that and give it a double seal. That way we're trying to make that duct system into an airtight vessel. So when that fan goes on, when that furnace goes on, all that energy is conserved within the ductwork, and it goes to the back bedroom, it goes to the living room, or a commercial building, it goes to where the conferences are, office buildings, it goes to the office.